What's up, Foundation? What's up, YouTube? Man, it's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. Man, I'm back again. It's back again. Man, I got a lot of first off, before I even go into it, I was reading some comments today, and it's one young lady. I'm not gonna say her name. She knows who she is. She's a good, strong Foundation Nation member. But she had been, for the last couple of videos, she had been asking me about certain type of videos she wanted to hear. And then had the nerve to catch attitude because I'm doing videos on different stuff. My friend, listen. My channel is not your personal entertainment channel. I'm going to put out the type of stuff that I put out. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. If I put out something that you don't like, then just don't listen to it. You ain't got to hit the like button on none of that. You know what I'm saying? You just kick back, be cool until I put out a video that you like. Other than that, I'm not finna go out my way to cater to just one or two people. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, like I say, I read all my comments. I try to at least. And I try to give the people what they want. But if I haven't got around to it yet, then I just haven't got around to it yet. So stop being selfish. Stop acting like that. You know what I'm saying? Love you like a rock, and that's hard. But don't be selfish. But anyway, man, speak back to what I was saying. Back to the lesson at hand. Speaking on about videos that I do based on what people been asking. A lot of people have been asking me over the months about the homie Lil Fee from r.60s, the one that's on death row. Toon, do you know him? And you know what I'm saying? It blows my wig back because they asked me, do I know him? And I've done videos about him, and I've also spoke on him when I was did my interview with Kev Mack. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? I did the video about when me and Fee first met. When me and Fee first met, man, I did the first day there, how he ended up getting transferred from YA, and then so on and so forth. Me and Fee met, if I'm not mistaken, it might have been like early 1981. By the time I met him, I had already been in YA over a year. You know what I'm saying? So I met him in 81. He came to a YA that was in Northern California, up north in Stockton, called OH Clothes. It was three of them, all right there in like rock throwing distance from each other almost. You had OH Clothes, then you had Carl Houghton, then you had DeWitt Nelson, which I made my rounds dang near through all three of them. But anyway, before going on to Preston. But look, when he first came, he was a very, very serious individual. Very serious individual. I've never known him to be the type of person that liked to play, that joked and played and did all that. Now, what he turned into years later, I don't know. If he became jovial and real hee, I don't know. Because after we parted ways in YA, I never seen him again. You know what I'm saying? He went on to become the person that he became, and you know what I'm saying, rose up in the ranks, Lil Fee. I heard a lot about him on the streets. I'm like, dang, that's Fee, you know what I'm saying? And I never always remembered the name, Tyquan Cox. He was a unique looking individual, because you know how in the black community we have these stigmas on light-skinned people. We you know what I'm saying, we have these, we think automatically all light-skinned people are punks, or all light-skinned dudes can get beat up, can't fight, and all that, which that is a very, very big misconception. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? You got some light-skinned brothers out there that was tearing tail. You know what I'm saying? Was tearing tail. And Fee just happened to be one of them. if you remember, if you go back to one of Monster from A-Trade Gangster's videos, one of his interviews, he said that when he had met Fee in the county jail, he said when he looked at Fee, he looked at like a reptile, a cold reptile. And when I first heard him say it, I understood what he meant because Fee had that look. He was a light-skinned dude with these funny colored, funny looking like eyes. And when he would look at you, you know, it's like he was piercing your soul. Now, this is my observation on him from when he first came to YA as a kid. When he was a youngster, he still had that menacing stare, that menacing look. You know what I'm saying? And the way his eyes were colored, he would look at you, and it's like you were staring into the face of a rattlesnake. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll mesmerize you. He had that look about him, y'all. He had that look about him. And like I say, he wasn't no playful type person. You wasn't finna get no lot of smiles and you know all that playing and hoo and hawing. You wasn't finna get that. No. Good dude though. Good dude. He was a good soldier too though. You know what I'm saying? Because when he first came to OH, we had like our little regime set up. Now this was a YA, a youth authority that was way up in Northern California. In '79, they opened up and started letting a lot of dudes from Southern California come in. And I was one of the ones who came in on one of them early bus loads. You know what I'm saying? When I left Norwalk, which was receiving for us in Southern California, I was heading on my way up there because it was supposed to be me, Biscuit from 680s Coast, Kilowatt from Harlem, Big Devil from Shotgun, and Big Sinbad from West Covina in Hood. Us five were supposed to be on that chain, but they didn't sign the papers and they tricked me. I thought they signed the papers. They didn't. I was the one who signed the paper. And next thing you know, they heading to Nellis, and I'm heading all the way up north to OH Close. I had never been out of I'd never been out of LA, and it was like a 9-hour drive or something like that. Man, I thought we left and drove to a whole nother country. I thought we had left and went to a whole nother country, y'all. You know, it was a couple of, I never forget, it was, if I can remember, it was Little Ray from Barrio Norwalk, and Sharky from Eastside White Fence. I remember those two essays was on the bus with me, but it was some other people. But anyway, so we start opening up the northern institution for us. And it was a trip because them dudes up there, man, they did not have a clue. They didn't have a clue on what we were about. You know what I'm saying? Cousin them, they didn't know. They was saying bro way back then, before everybody started saying it all over the world or whatever. The dudes in Northern California, they was already saying bruh. And I remember I used to get in an argument with them. I'm like, hey, homie, look, I'm not your brother. We ain't got the same mom and daddy, cuz. You know what I'm saying? And because the word bro was foreign to me. We wasn't saying that in LA. So when I got way up there, it kind of, it throwed me. I remember the first time a dude asked me where I was from, and I told a homie I'm from Avalon Gangster Crib. The man looked at me like I said I was from Mars. He didn't know what I was talking about, So, it was a learning experience. I had to go through all that and learn. So now, here it is now. I done been here over a year. So I done learned the ropes. I done learned how they are. I know, the difference between Oakland and San Francisco, Vallejo, and you know what I'm saying? All these other little places up here. And they were slowly but surely because learning how we were in Southern California, because they were sending buses and buses and buses of people from from Southern Cali. They were sending them up north now. So we was flooding the institution. Not only were we flooding it, we was tearing it up. They had not seen nothing like us. They had not had no problems, period, until they start bringing them Southern essays and them Crips and them Bloods up there. Boy, look here. We set that institution on their ear. You know what I'm saying? Then it was a young guys institution. So we was up there wild as the Taliban. You know what I'm saying? We was off the chain with it. We were running out of line, running in classes, fighting in the church, fighting in the visiting room. We were fighting all around the trade line, around the little, little soccer field, football field. We fighting in the units. We going at it. They was like, man, what's wrong with these? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with them? And, you know, I was too young back then to really realize it. But that was a symptom of how the BGF looked at Southern California dudes, Crips and Bloods coming into the prison system way back in the 70s. That's how they look like. Man, these dudes fighting each other, stabbing. Man, what's wrong with them? No, we ain't with that. We with this brotherly love. No, in LA, we wasn't with no brotherly love. You was either Crip love or blood love. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Other than that, we wasn't with you. We wasn't with you, period. And they couldn't understand us. They was like, man, I had so many dudes ask me over and over and over, man, why y'all always fighting each other? What y'all do to each other? What's wrong? You know. And it was hard to explain to them. But now as time went on, they started learning. Not only did they start learning, it was a gang of them start claiming. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the cripping up north came from the YA system. Them dudes in there are being around us, learning and taking it back to the streets with them. You know. But anyway, back to Fee. So now here it is. When Fee landed, it wasn't as slow as it was when I first got there. You know what I'm saying? It was quite a few people from LA there at this time. So when he came in, like I said, you know, they came into our unit and boom, they the counselors announced who he was, cool. So remember I told y'all we had a dude on the unit, the homie Gangster from A-Tray Gangster. At that time, you know what I'm saying, this was during the height of their war, the height of it. I'm talking about, you know, they was on some on-site. You from where? You from what? Type get down. You know what I'm saying? So now, you know, when they came in, they did what they did. They handled their business and boom, 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 boom. But still in all, even we understood the assignment even way back then as young kids. We understood that, hey, man, we are no longer in Kansas. You can't click your heels and go home right here. Basically, I'm saying we understood we was way up north. This is not our stomping grounds. It's not our backyard. So, you know, at the end of the day, we still gonna have to try to stick together. We understood that way back then as kids. We understood it. So cool. It was what it was. You know, is what it is. Gonna be what it's gonna be. Or see. You know, he wasn't there long. Fee wasn't there long. He wasn't there long. He ended up getting shipped behind a Thanksgiving. Matter of fact, it was Thanksgiving that year. It was Thanksgiving 1981. He ended up getting shipped behind an incident that we had with the staff. By this time, the staff they didn't like us. They didn't like Crips. They didn't like people from Southern California. Period. Several times I heard them, you know, they would say to us, man, we hate that y'all ever came to our institution. We hate that they even let y'all come here. They should have kept y'all up there where y'all was at. Y'all could have been animals all however y'all wanted to. Now y'all done came down here to our institutions or up here to our institutions. Y'all fighting. Y'all doing this and that every day. Man, they did not like us. So they was already looking to get rid of as many of us as they possibly could. You feel what I'm saying? Now, on my unit, by the time it started coming to an end, by the time Fee got transferred and I was getting ready to get transferred, it was me, it was Lil Fee from 60s, it was Gangster from A-Tray Gangster, it was Lil Man from Long Beach Insane. He ended up turning Grape Street years later. It was Gangsta John from Long Beach Insane. Who else? Who else was there? It was my homeboy Cowboy from Fire Trey Avalon. Cowboy was there. Who else? I remember it was a dude named Shank from Anthony's Park. He was on our unit. Who else? Oh, man, I forgot the little homie. Stick. I think his name was Stick, Little Stick from Fruittown Brim. Yeah, I think it was Lil Stick from Fruittown Brim. Who else? It was a few of us. That's what I can remember. But anyway, time goes on, time goes on, time goes on. This story, I've that part, all that what I just said, y'all done heard it before, or you could have heard it before because I spoke on it before. What I haven't spoke on was another fight that Fee had in the unit, before we all start getting transferred. He had a fight with a dude out of Oakland. Dude was a little bit bigger than him. We slept in the open dorm area. Now you had a part up on this. You can go up the ramp, and you had like 6 cells go this way. Then you can come up on the ramp, and you had like 6 cells that went that way. If you had some good points or good marks in the program, you was able to move into a cell. You know what I'm saying? So you was doing pretty good if you had a cell, you was doing pretty good. So dude had a cell. I can't remember his first name, but his last name was Sykes. I never forget because we would just call him Sykes. Dark-skinned dude, kind of swole up. I never forget. I always remember he was from Oakland. He loved playing dominoes. He loved playing them dominoes, man. Dominoes was his thing. He thought he was the best domino player in the history of dominoes. Like I say, Fee wasn't really into games. He wasn't really into none of that for real, Not then. I don't, like I say, what happened later on, no. But then, no, he wasn't, he would just chill, kick it, you know what I'm saying? The Crips, we had commandeered the whole back section. The whole back section. We used to call the chairs softbacks. They was these like squishy like chairs, and it was a whole bunch of them, you know what I'm saying, for us to sit, watch the movies and whatever, watch TV. And what I had did, I say, cuz, get all the blue ones and put them on the back row, which would have made about 7 or 8 chairs in a row, because I think it was about 7 or 8 chairs in a row. I say, but now it was blue ones, gray ones, green ones, red ones, orange ones, black ones, and they was all spread out. So what I did, I say, cuz, get all the blue chairs and sit all the blue chairs on the back row. That's for us. That's where the Crips go sit every day. So we would move the chairs around ourselves, and then at first, the cleanup crew at night, when they would clean up, they would, sprinkle them all around with the police, but they would. So it got to the point to where we had to push up on them and like, cuz, check this out, man. Hey, look, when we put them blue chairs on that back row, when y'all clean up at night, man, leave them blue chairs on that back row, man. We got them blue chairs back there for a reason. So at first they like, oh man, we let them know. Move them blue chairs again, and we finna attack. When we get up in the morning and come into that day room, all 8 of them blue chairs need to be on that back row. If not, and they're off. You know what I'm saying? That's what it was gonna be. So anyway, we got past that. Police never understood or never really tripped on why all the blue chairs was on the back row. Cool. So anyway, time goes on, we kicking it. I don't know how they even got to the domino table. I don't know how they got to that domino table. I don't know. But they end up at the domino table. I had never known for Fee to even care anything about some dominoes. I had never seen him care nothing about it. None of that. You know what I'm saying? He was quiet. He would always just sit and look. You know what I'm saying? Very serious individual, man. He couldn't have been, at that time, he couldn't have been no more than about 14 or 15. He might have been about 14. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. He wasn't older than 16, and he wasn't younger than 14. He was up in there somewhere. 14, 15, 16. He was one of them. I knew he was like a year younger than me, a year or two, something like that. But anyway, he would just, he had a real serious demeanor even then, though, It's like if I would have been experienced enough to be able to look at certain things and predict, predict the outcome or what it was going to turn into, I would have known right then and there that this youngster right here wasn't nothing to play with. He was going to grow up and be something that you did not want to play with. But anyway, like I say, I don't know how they got to playing them dominoes, but a lot of times black folks that play dominoes, they like to holler, yeah, and whoop whoop, say crazy stuff, and it will borderline on disrespect. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the word blood was a mainstay in them dudes from up north. That's all they, bruh, what's up, bruh? Oh, what's up, bruh? Or either what's up, blood? Or either, young blood. They said it all the time. It wasn't meant as disrespect to us. It wasn't no gang thing with them. That was just a word that blacks in Northern California always used. And it had always kept us at odds with them on that tip. Because when I first started going to prison, you know what I'm saying, dudes don't talk about it, but a lot of the homies from Southern California didn't get along with the dudes from Northern California. It was always an underlying problem right there. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the dudes out of Oakland. It was always an underlying problem. If it blowed up to something or not, still, it was always an underlying problem right there. They really too much didn't like us, and we really too much didn't like them. It never went into no war or anything like that. It was just, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes talk when you're amongst your partners, So anyway, with Syke not understanding the validity of this blood word, he made the mistake of blood and fee one time too many. One time too many. One time too many. Now Syke wasn't no punk though. Syke he was like a little burnt up Ninja Turtle. Always on the iron pile, the whole hookup. But anyway, during the course, now I wasn't in there. They had to come get me. But during the course of this domino game, I guess he must have blooded Fee one time too many. And Fee said what he said. What exactly he said, I'm not sure. I was not there. I've got different, statements on what it was, how it went down. Boom. When they came got me, it was because they was heading to the bathroom to fight. They was on their way to the bathroom to fight. So by the time I came in, I'm like, where they at? And so they pointed, you got these big glass windows. Boom. I see him heading that way. So I come through the door. I'm like, hold up, cuz, what's up? So, he went to talk about what he finna do, what's finna happen, this, that, and the other, that, this, and that. I'm like, that's what's up, cuz, all right. So, boom. Syke had on some shower shoes at the time. Boom, 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 boom. And he had on, at the time, he had on a robe. I remember this robe. He had on a robe that he had got from me. Because it was another dude there, never forget him, dude named Willie Gaines. Willie Gaines was from Frisco. He was from a area called Hunters Point or Double Rock. He was from Double Rock or Hunters Point. He was from one of them. But Willie Gaines, I used to talk to him a lot because he was semi-knowledgeable about what was going on in L.A. because he had family members that stayed in L.A. But anyway, I remember when Mom sent me a package one time. My first package I got when I was there, she sent me a big, I'm talking about had the hood on the back, plush, big collar, long sleeved, went all the way down to my ankles almost, real fluffy plush bathrobe. Big fluffy, nice bathrobe, brand new. The only thing is, it was all red. What? No sirree, Bob. Not I, says the fat guy. Man, listen, when I got my package, and I looked and I busted open, and the first thing I see was this bright red. It looked like a stop sign was trying to jump out that box, y'all. I looked, and you got to look, man. This back then, at the time, I'm like 15, 16, 17 myself, at the height of your gangbang mentality. You feel me? And then I come up in the era where color meant everything. So there was no way in the world I was finna put this bright red robe on. And I didn't care nothing about mom sent it to me, and so what? She should have known better than that. No, that wasn't finna happen. Anyway, I was gonna trade it to Willie Gaines. Willie Gaines said, no, trade it to Sight. So I'm like, okay. He had a little raggedy brown robe. It didn't really fit me all the way because it wasn't long enough because I was a little taller than him. But I still would rather have that little raggedy, holy brown robe than that big old bright red robe my mama sent me. So I remember the robe, Sight had on the robe. It was some shower shoes. And he going up the ramp, going to his cell to change clothes for the fight. He ended up changing clothes. He come back down. They go in the back bathroom. Now, you had the stalls where you had on both sides, toilet. There's some glass where you can go into the shower area and go to the left or go to the right. Now, if the police looking and beam down hard enough, they can see it. But, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times they watching what's going on in the day room, or they watching what's going on up and down the bed areas. You feel me? They gonna look. But now, if you getting down in the shower in that corner and you got a couple of people standing right here in front of that back stall, that last stall before you get up, it's gonna be hard to see you back there. So it was me and somebody else. We blocking the way. We blocking. Plus, I want to see the fight anyway. Man, they go back there, man. They go to chunking them. They go to bumping. Fee had hands. Fee could fight. He was a little bit too fast for the other dude. The muscular dude. Fee was a little bit too fast for him because he was packing him. Now you got to look at the environment we come up in. We come up, you got to fight to get put on the set. You got to fight to be able to hang around the set. You got to do all that. You got to fight your enemies at school, all that. So we come up from a very fighting, violent environment. Way back in 79, 80, and 81, I don't know what type of environment was going on up north in Frisco and Oakland. But I know for a fact it wasn't like our environment, Now, I'm not saying they wasn't fighting and doing that. I'm just saying they weren't doing the stuff we were doing. They was probably doing their own thing, something different. But anyway, they got out. Fee won the fight, though. You know what I'm saying? He had his hands was a little bit too quick for old boy. But now, boom, they fought, and it was done with, and left it alone. But anyway, that's that, man. I had to tell that story because a lot of people ask me, man, Toon, Fee, you ain't got no stories about Fee from 60s? I'm like, okay, that's about really it. You know what I'm saying? Except for when we first met and that fight right there. It wasn't too long after that. He ended up getting locked up and they end up transferring him. Where he went, I don't know. But anyway, that's it for that story, man. It's me, your big partner, Cartoon 53. And always remember, man, at the end of the day, stay safe and stay above ground, man. Stay above ground. Stay above ground, man. Keep your head on a swivel. And I represent the gangsters, homie. The Avalon gangsters, to be exact. I'm out. Peace. Gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie, gangsta boogie. Ain't nobody gangsta boogie. 4, 2, 1, man. 4, 2, 1, man.